The Declaration of Independence changed the face of this continent forever. But what really were the reasons why this historic document was signed? To the Stamp Act? To the Intolerable Acts? To the Boston Tea Party? We'll take a closer and in-depth look at the specifics why the 13 colonists declared their own independence, and how this declaration has made the country its best for years and years to come.
Before the Intolerable Acts, which an example placed taxes on clothing. Clothing in itself is very inexpensive and cheap. A simple pair of pants cost $8. Even a simple t-shirt or two can be at a cheap price, 2 for $15. But as soon as you place that tax, a simple pair of jeans can be up to $100. And then your shirt can even exceed over $100 as well. Now we get into the Tea Act. A simple box of tea can cost nearly $2. Throw that Tea Act in there, price exceeds and leave countrymen unhappy. The end result is the Boston Tea Party. Boxes of tea were hurled into the air and crashed into the ocean harbor. That's a splash. Also, the Stamp Act. No stamp, no can do. The end result to this: no stamp, no mail, no happy.
Stamp. What is this?
An interview was conducted between a countryman over his opinion on all the acts and the taxes, and the Boston Tea Party and the Boston Massacre. Hi there, how you doing today? Doing okay. That's good. Could you clearly state where you're from?
Yeah, I'm from Boston.
Alright, thanks. I just have some simple basic questions for you regarding all the acts, the Stamp Act and the Tea Tax and the Boston Tea Party and the Boston Massacre. Ready to go?
Yeah.
Alright, shoot. First, let's start with the tea and the stamp and the Intolerable Acts. First off, the tea. What exactly is it, and what effect does it have on you guys? Okay, well, basically what the tea tax was a tax on the tea, and well, it just made it really hard for us. Every day you gotta pay, a tax to just get a drink. A lot of the high folks like to drink tea, and that's a popular drink in our country. I, and personally other countrymen, did not like this tea tax, and personally, upward was uprising. Alright, very good. Now the Stamp and the Intolerable Acts, what exactly are those specifically? Stamp and the Intolerable Acts. The Stamp Act was a taxable. A stamp was placed on every document that was written or printed. A taxable stamp. So every time a newspaper was printed, a letter was sent out to someone, you had to pay a tax. That I did not like. My fellow brothers and all that, and they didn't like that either. Having to pay a tax to write a letter to a loved one or a friend. Obviously, newspaper a little different, but just to pay a tax, to write a letter to someone, No, that didn't fly. That didn't fly with me. That didn't fly with the countrymen. The Intolerable Acts, that was just acts, taxes placed on, clothing, purchasing land, purchasing houses, all that crap. Today's society would be known as sales tax, property tax, stuff like that. Alright, well, you say you're from Boston, the Boston Massacre, what do you think about that? The Boston Massacre, that was an event to remember. I don't even know what happened. All I know is, we were arguing back and forth, boom, 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 but then all of a sudden, the shots started going left and right as, in the ceasefire, crossfire, but 5 people died. 5 countrymen died in it. That's personally, I think, was when debating breaking off from the British control was at hand. And that's what formed the First Continental Congress. Made your heart pump, didn't it? Yeah. Alright, the Tea Party, were you there at the Boston Tea Party? Oh, the Boston Tea Party, well, that was pretty special. We all dressed up as Indians, the tatanka, but, okay, but basically, I gotta do that over. Okay, basically what the Boston Tea Party was, we all dressed up as Indians, and, the main purpose of it was we were boycotting the English goods, specifically the tea, because of the tea tax that was placed on us, and all that crap. We decided, our protest, which would mainly be, we're going to take the tea, dump it over the ships into the Boston Harbor, disguise ourselves as Indians, so the British would think it'd be the natives from the country, not just the countrymen. But they later found out that, it was us, but, whatever, but, but that was probably one of the biggest things that sparked our revolution, because, we boycotted by dumping it into the harbor, and, and then the Boston Massacre. So those two things, sparked it pretty good, which grew debate, and the First Continental Congress was formed, and all that took place. So, that's about all I have to say about that. Good deal. Well, that is all the questions I have for you. So, thanks for joining me, and I hope to see you again soon. Thanks. With building tensions in the king with the Tea Tax, Stamp Act, and the Intolerable Acts, this brought higher tensions throughout the 13 colonies, which led to a motivation of the signing of the Declaration. But also with this was the boycotting of the English goods and great debate on separation from the British. But with that, a cost. The country could be a downfall. The British were supplying with them and keeping them up. But great debate was going out throughout, and with that, a revolution, a war, which led to the signing of the Declaration of Independence.
The First Continental Congress was formed, thus forming a resistance to battle the British and to go into war, a war of revolution.
Forward, march. Left, left.
A low-budget depiction of the Boston Massacre and show how simply two colonists having their own conversations can be bullied around by the British and killed right on sight just for having an argument. Again, the Boston Tea Party, the boxes of tea being hurled into the air and landing into the ocean harbor. This, another spark to the revolution of the 13 colonies.
Ready. Aim. Fire.
These key events sparked enough to start a war between the colonists and the British. This would later end up in an end result of the colonists defeating the British, and the colonists declaring their own independence as their own people, their own rights, and their own government. Thus, the United States of America.
In other news. Wait, what was that? Breaking news report. The Declaration of Independence was just signed.
It has been declared our independence has been signed. But with this is a great risk. There won't be any more protection for the British, and for the 13 colonists from other countries and other attacks. But with this also is a great victory, a victory that which nobody can take from them, which is their independence. With this also, we have become our own country, and our protection can only come from ourselves, our neighbors, and our countrymen. The 13 colonists are now the United States of America. Thank you for watching Fredenberg's class. This has been a good presentation. Have a good night.